All right, let me proceed. Okay, maybe I'll take a simple example here. So before I take this example, let's understand the flow. This we have already discussed, but I'm just going with one more time. So what is the first step in the study? We need volunteers. That is nothing but the subjects. Let's say subjects have come to the, or subjects has volunteered the study, right? Then before we proceed with the screening, the very first thing we need is we need the consent. Subject need to sign the consent. Only the people who have signed the consent will enter into the screening. The subjects who have cleared the screening will enter into the randomization. Right? After the randomization, some studies may have run-in period, some studies may not. Irrespective of that, after the randomization, based on the control group or intervention group, treatment will be started. Once the treatment is completed, we are going to have a follow-up. Once the follow-up is completed, that will be called it as your end of the study. Is that correct, guys? All of you accept this? Is this the flow? Can I have a quick confirmation? I need some answers from all of you. Is this the flow?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Murali, can you repeat the flow once again, please?
Sure. Okay, sure, no problem. Let me help you with this. Maybe you haven't I believe you haven't go through the initial classes, correct? This might be the clinical.
I missed Friday class.
Okay, that's fine, Susan. That's fine. Okay, let me help you with this. See, irrespective of anything, if I want to start the study, I need the participants, correct? Let's say we are of 20 people now. We 20 people volunteer for this study. We ourselves called as the subjects, right? So we just volunteer the study. Okay, then. But since you have volunteered the study, let's say I'm the investigator, I cannot say that, hey, come inside, we can go ahead and we can start with the treatment. Oh, no, I cannot do that. First of all, I need to explain you what exactly is going to be the study, what is the drug that we are going to give it to you, what are going to be the tests that we are going to conduct on top of you, right? On top of this, how many days this treatment is going to be, or how many weeks, or how many years, when you should come for the follow-up, right? Every piece of information, there might be any side effects, the side effects features, all this we have to provide you. Once you clearly understand everything, then you sign informed consent form. Once you provide that particular one, then only you are eligible to enter into the screening. Right. In the screening is the place where we are going to check the inclusion criteria as well as the exclusion criteria. You must clear the inclusion criteria. You must not meet the exclusion criteria. Then only you will be in. Out of the 20 subjects, let's say 2 people failed. Only 18 people cleared. Mean to say, these 2 people you will call it as unassigned subjects. They will not be allowed to enter into the study at all. Those are screen failures. Only the people who have cleared these 18 people who have cleared this, they will enter into the next stage called randomization. Up to this is clear. Can I have a quick confirmation? We'll go step by step. Up to this clear?
Yes.
There. Randomization is the place where, let's say there is only one study drug. Then the people who are going to get the study drug are going to be called as the intervention group. The people who are going to get the dummy drug, that is nothing but the placebo, will be called it as a control group. So who will be under the who will be under the control group? Who will be under the intervention group? That randomization will be done here. Once the randomization is done, some studies will have run-in. I have explained this last week, but again, I'll explain this today. If there is no run-in, then straight away they will enter into the treatment. Let's say this treatment is going to be a 7-week treatment. Then week 0 is base, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, and week 7. 7 weeks, the subject will come to the study and the subject is going to have that particular study drug. After that, once all the weeks are done, we will call the subject for the follow-up to see his vitals, to see how his body is responding for everything. Once follow-up is also completed, then we can say that this is end of the study. Is this understandable, the flow now? Anyone, any questions? Please feel free to ask. All right. So I'll be in assumption that you are able to understand this. So with that particular understanding, I'm moving to the next step. Okay. So now look at the dates here in the entire flow. This is the flow, right? So always remember the flow. Once you understand the flow, dates part will be so easy. You don't get confusion also. See, this is the first time they're providing the consent, correct? So I'm writing here. Date of or informed consent signed date. That is only when you sign the informed consent form, then you provided the consent. So that's the reason when you actually signed the informed consent form, that is important. So you have signed it. For an example, today is 13th, right? Let's say we started this on 1st of February. Then 1st February 2023, you came to the site and you actually signed the informed consent. 99.99% of the cases on the same day screening will happen. Let's say the screening is happening on the same day. Screening date. Let's say the same day screening also completed. Right? If it is on a different day, well and good, not a problem. On a different day, the screening completed. Whenever the screening is completed, the screening date also, we will go ahead with that. Let's say my study is having 200 subjects. 100, all the 200 subjects signed on the same day. But for 100 subjects, we have completed the screening on 1st February. And few more people, we have completed the screening on 2nd February. That is, by 2nd February, we have completed the screening for everyone. Is that okay? Up to this, all of you are understandable? 200 people, all the 200 people signed the informed consent on the same day. But when it comes to the screening, we will be able to complete the screening for the first 100 people on the 1st February, second set of 100 people on the 2nd February. All right? Okay. After this, we just give 1 day gap. For an example, let's say that this is 2nd, 3rd. On 3rd, we decided to go ahead with the, which one? Randomization. Randomization date, which is going to be on 3rd February. Okay. So randomization is also completed. So once randomization is completed, we know who and all will be on the, which group, everything we have. Let's say I want to have a run-in here. Remember, run-in is not going to be in every study. It is very specific to the study. Only certain studies will have it. That depends on the sponsor, that depends on the other parameters. Now, what happens in a run-in? For an example, the drug that I am testing here is something like a paracetamol 600 mg. I don't know, like everyone is okay with the paracetamol or not. I'm not very sure. So what we will do, and also understand that it is a placebo-controlled study. That is, we are giving a placebo as well. So in this run-in period, we will do 2 things. Number 1, for everyone, what is that? For everyone, first we'll give placebo. It need not to be a placebo first, or study medicine second. In any order we can give. Let's say I'm giving a placebo to everyone. How many subjects are there? 200. For all the 200 subjects, we have given the placebo. They don't know that it is a placebo. It looks like a study drug only, right? They had it. And some people even responded to the placebo. What is the meaning, guys? If anyone responded to the placebo, what is the meaning?
They are screen failure.
No, they are not screen failures. Screen failures are nothing but who failed the inclusion.
Only as my understanding, there will be some psychological effect that even placebo is acting as a study drug. So they must not include it in the study because it may affect our, what we can say, efficacy or statistical analysis by end of the study. It's going to affect.
Perfect. Yeah, Ajay, I'm okay with that. Others? Someone also answering? Who's that? All right. See, first thing is, since you don't know it is a placebo, it is a fake pill, you don't know that. So what is happening is psychological effect comes to the picture. So you will be in the assumption that you have already taken the drug and it is already working on your body. Because of that psychological effect, even though it is not the original drug, even though it does not have any of the drug composition, you feel you're comfortable. You feel that there is no disease for you, or you feel that the reason for which you want to take this paracetamol, though you haven't taken it, though you have taken the placebo, you feel like you got cured. If I consider you into the study, that is nothing but you are overreacting to the drug. Though it is not a drug, you are overreacting to it. So it is going to affect my efficacy. It is going to show me the wrong efficacy. Correct or not? Right? At the same time, I want to test this paracetamol drug, but I don't give you the complete drug to you. Maybe I want to test, maybe it will be suitable or not. Maybe it is going to give some reaction or not. I want to see that. So what we did is, instead of giving the complete drug, let's say we have given, let's say 400 mg, or first we started with 300 mg. 300 mg paracetamol we have given. Some people not even responded, no response at all. They're supposed to react for it, but there is no response. Again, we increased one more week after that, we increased this particular drug to 450 mg. No response. There is no response at all. Okay. And then again, we have given the full potential. That is nothing but full dosage, para 600 mg. Even in that particular case, some of the subjects, they have not responded. What is the meaning? Though you take them into the study, they are not responding to your drug. Correct? I tested with this, they're supposed to react, they haven't. This, they haven't. Even I tried with the full dosage, but they haven't. Maybe I'm supposed to give 2 times a day, but I have given only once a day, but still there is no response. Even in this particular case, my efficacy is affecting. Correct or not? All of you accept? Considering this particular guy into my study will not have any impact because this guy is not responding to the study drug that I'm testing. Right? Considering a placebo responded guy, at the same time, considering a guy who is having no response at all to my study, right? Both of them are going to affect my efficacy. I don't want them. I will drop them. Is that okay? Is that okay? What do you mean by dropping? Why run-in? That is one case. But remember, a run-in is not always to drop the people. Not always. Okay. Let's say, okay, before I go with the second scenario, the first scenario is clear to all of you? Can I have a confirmation? Is the first scenario is understandable to all of you? What is called your run-in period, team?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The second scenario is going to be there. We don't drop this to subjects. Let's say that I understand that every one of them are responding for it. That is, I just tested a drug. It is working fine for them. They are responding, not at the same level that I'm expecting that they are responding. I understand that. I want to see the dosage. I want to see the dosage frequency. I want to just tune themselves for this study, and it is effective, right? I supposed to test 600 mg. I supposed to test 600 mg. Okay, but I have given only 300 mg to them. I'm just checking whether they are responding or not. I'm using this run-in period for the testing purpose. Number 2. Let's say there is a case where I'm comparing this paracetamol to 600 mg. My study is comparing two different drugs. One is this with Dolo 650. This is already existing drug, right? This is my experimental drug, or this is my study drug. So I'm comparing my study drug with the existing drug, correct? Now what will happen? Instead of giving the paracetamol 600 mg, I'm just giving the Dolo 650 mg to these guys first. I will see whether it is curing their headache, this is curing their fever or not. After that, I want to give this particular drug as part of my treatment. So what I'm doing in this run-in period, I'm not giving the study drug. Instead of that, I'm giving the comparison drug, the drug that I'm going to compare to them. Can I say that it is also both of them? The second one, can I call it as protocol specified drug? It is specified in the protocol. This is also specified in the protocol, but this is going to be my study drug, first one. The second one, the comparison drug, I can also call that as a protocol specified drug. Is that correct? Everyone. Is this correct or not? Can I have a confirmation? Right, wonderful. Now, having all this, I will enter here again. I have a run-in. So let's say that the run-in, this run-in period start date, I'm just going to have end date. For an example, this run-in period has started somewhere around, let's say 3rd, right? 4th and 5th Saturday and Sunday. Let's say it started by 6th and ended by 10th. So it started by 6th February and it's ended by 10th. Okay. 6th February 20th. This is how the data is so far. Okay. Now, after the run-in period, you're going to have the randomization. Let's say the randomization is already in treatment, right? So treatment started. But remember, treatment will happen over a period. For an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say it is going to be a 5 weeks treatment. How much? Totally 5 weeks treatment. Okay. Let's say it is going to be week 1, or I can call it as a day 0, base day, then week 1, then week 2, then week 3, and finally week 4. Let's say that it's happening on day 0, which is nothing but your, after the 10th, it is 13th, correct? So let's say 13th Feb 23. Then from there, 7 days I want to add, 20th, from there 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. All right. So by 13th March 2023, the treatment is supposed to end. After that, follow-up. Follow-up period is going to be, let's say, 1 month after it. After 1 month, we asked for the follow-up. So by 12th April 23, it's supposed to complete. Is this understandable up to this? By whatever the table that you can see here, the table is understandable to all of you. Can I have a quick confirmation?
Yes.
Okay. Now we will put this for an individual subject. Okay. Now, let's say there is a subject. So subject, we can call it as a subject ID, right? That is what we discussed, right? Okay, or we can write it as a subject first, then we can later change it. Subject. So inform consent date, as usual, it will come. That is the first date. And screening date, second one. A randomization date. After that, After the randomization, what we are going to have it, or maybe I can put it parallelly itself. Randomization, and then run-in, and then all these treatment. I just simply put treatment and then follow. These are my subject details. Okay. So what I am interested here is subject here. I'm calling it as, let's say there is a subject called 1001. That is a subject ID. So subject ID in demographics, we call it as subject ID. Correct? Identifier. Correct? So I'm just giving the same names here. Subject ID. This is as per the DM. Correct? This is as per the DM. All right. The first one is done. The informed consent signed date. The date on which the subject has signed the informed consent, we can call that as RFICDTC. Reference informed consent date in date and time in character format. So how do you understand this? RF, reference, IC, informed consent, DT, date and time in character format. Make sense? That is your reference date and time in character format. When it happened? 1st February. And remember, I told you already, all the dates in the character format and they follow a specific format. That is 2023, that is year, followed by year month, followed by year date. This is the one they will follow it. Maybe I can just put it in a text format. 2023 01 February 1st. Yeah, this is how the data will be stored here. So all of you understand what is called reference informed consent date in the character format. Can I have a quick confirmation now? The day on which the subject has signed the informed consent form will be called it as a reference informed consent date and the time in the character format. 99.99% even the time will be captured, not the date alone, including the time it will be captured, right? That is very important parameter. So including the date, the time also will be captured. Is that clear to all of you? Can I have a confirmation?
Yes.
If yes, I'll go to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay, once we have this particular one, screening date. Screening date, remember 99.9999%, the screening date, informed consent date generally on the same day. It is generally on the same day. You don't have a specific parameter for that in the DM. The DM, I don't have any date for it. What I'm trying to say here, in the DM, that is in the demographics, I don't have a variable to represent this particular one. So officially, I don't take it. Why? I don't find a date for it. I don't. Similarly, randomization date, I don't find a date. Run-in, I don't find a date. For these three, I don't find a date. That is, there is no variable representing these three dates in the DM. We will capture them and store them in a different data sets, but not on the demographics domain. Is that clear? Not every date we are not going to store there. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay? Then, for this particular subject, 1001, when the run-in has started, can I say 6th February 2023? That is 2023. Maybe I can just put all this. Yeah. So 2023 February 6th. Some treatment has started to him. This treatment on the 6th February, as per the run-in, it can be a placebo, it can be a 300 mg, it can be a 400 mg, it can be 600 mg, or it can be a protocol specified drug. Can I say that here? Can I simply mention any protocol specified drug we have given to the subject? Correct? That can be a run-in period for him. In the run-in period, we have given a protocol specified drug or a placebo or lower dosage of a study drug or a comparative drug. Is that correct? Everyone. Any protocol specified drug we have given. Correct? That can be any of this because the subject can fall into any of this category. Is that correct or not? Everyone. I need answers for this. All right. How many days did this happen? Can I say that the run-in period started on 6th February, it ended on 10th February. So 0 to 07, like this, it happened for the 4 days. Totally 5 days it happened. Is that correct, guys? All of you? Now I'm saying that the date on which the subject exposed to any protocol specified drug, you call that particular one as RFXSTDTC. Mean to say reference. RF stands for still reference. X stands for exposure to. ST stands for start. DT stands for date and time. C stands for the character. So again, what it is going to be? Can I simply say that? It is also going to be when the subject has actually exposed to any protocol specified drug for the first time. For the first time. That will be called it as your RFXSTDTC. Can you all understand what is called RFXSTDTC? Can I have a quick confirmation? And again, out of this, I'm going to give one more green color here. The green color one is representing the original day. The subject has exposure to any of the protocol specified drug on all these days. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. But for very first time, he got exposed on 6th of February. That will become my RFXSTDTC. For the first time, the subject has exposed to the protocol specified drug. Can I have a confirmation? Did you understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But did they get any study drug here? The investigational drug?
May or may not be.
No.
May or may not. Mostly they will not. Correct? Okay. Now the treatment is there, right? Treatment is nothing but study drug, right? Study drug or investigational drug, right? Okay. So when the first time the subject got the investigational drug? 13th February, correct? 2023, 02, 13. How many days he got this? He got this on this day. Then from there, after 7 days, oh, it will not come. I can say that, oh, this I make as a character, no problem. 2023, 02, 10th, no, 10th, oh, 13th, 20th, and let's see if it can come. No, it is not coming. 0 to 27, fine. Then 0, 3, 6th, correct? And then 0, 3, 13. Okay. What is the difference between column E and column F? Can someone please tell me? What is column E and what is column F?
Column E defines the protocol specified treatment, and column F defines the actual study drug given.
Exactly. Exactly. The drug that we are testing, the subject got it on weekly basis, start from 13th of February and ends with 13th of March. Correct? All these days he got paracetamol 650 based on the frequency. Correct? On these days, the subject may got anything that can be a placebo, that can be lower dosage of this, that can be anything. Correct? So out of this, this is the first time he got, right? This is the first time he got, right? So this one will be call it as, for the first time when the subject exposed to the study drug, you call that particular one as a reference start date and time in character format. This is the first time the subject exposed to the study drug. Make sense? Every one of you, is that understandable? Then, can I say this is the last time the subject exposed to the study drug, right? This is the first time. This is the last time, which is nothing but week 4. This is the last time he got exposed to the study. Correct? When the subject got exposed to the study drug for the last time in a study, that will be called it as a reference end date and time in character form. Clear? All these days he got 650 mg, 600 mg of your paracetamol. 13th is the first time he got. First time he got the study drug. That is going to be a reference start date and time in character format. 13th March is the last time he got it. That is the reference end date and time in the character format. Now, can someone tell me what is RFXENDTC then? When is the last time subject exposed to the protocol specified drug? Any protocol specified drug. Let's say you can also see that. I'll tell you one thing. Here, after week 4, right? The guy came for the follow-up. Here, we have given some therapy to him. This is as per protocol. Some therapy. Let's say that subject got exposed to too much of body pains and all. So doctor suggested that, okay, maybe you can also consider after the follow-up also. Nothing wrong in that. So the guy came for follow-up. After the follow-up or before the follow-up at any point of time, this guy requested for the therapy. We have given the therapy on the same day, 12th April 2020. So what is the meaning here, guys? Can I say 12th April 2023 is the time when the subject exposed to the protocol specified drug or treatment or therapy for the therapy. Am I correct? Anything that can be a protocol specified drug, that can be protocol specified therapy, or that can be also a protocol specified anything, right? So this is the last time he got exposed, right? Can I say this is going to be my RFXENTC? Do you understand the differences, guys? No? The whole objective of doing this is this. I want to see all of you are able to understand this or not. Questions? I'm happy if you ask any question. I'm happy to answer it.
Hi, Murali.
Yeah.
If there was no run-in kind of
No. Don't draw any questions for now related to the other hypothesis. All I'm asking is whatever is mentioned on the screen, are you able to understand or not?
okay.
Right? I'll come to those questions also. But before that, what is present in the screen, are you able to understand? Any questions from anyone? Can I say all of you are clear with all the 4 dates? Very important dates. All right.
Suppose one question, sir. Suppose if the patient doesn't undergo any therapy after the follow-up treatment. So since we have mentioned April 4th is the RFXENDTC. So if that is not the case, then the RFXNDTC will be February 10th.
Okay, let's go like this. That is the second hypothesis, but still I okay to go with this. Maybe the questions are around it. There is a second subject. Everything remains going to be the same. On the follow-up, the doctor haven't suggested any therapy for him. No therapy for him. Then, same one, when it comes to 1002, RFICDTC same, because they both signed on the same day, right? And then, that is the reason RFICDTC will be same. For both of them, the run-in, start, and end date remains going to be the same. The only difference is going to be, this guy doesn't have this. So, for the second guy, the last time he got exposed to the protocol specified treatment is 2023 Feb 10. This is how his data will be changed. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions here? Okay. Now, so we know what is informed consent date. We know first exposure to the protocol specified treatment, first exposure to the study treatment, last exposure to the study treatment, last exposure to the protocol specified treatment. Then there is one more. See, here, this guy, 1001, when is the last time he appeared in the study? 12th April. Let's say that for him, the therapy continued for 2 days. Just I'm telling. Let's say 13. So this also I'll change it. As per this, 12th April, 13th. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So his treatment ended on 13th March. Yeah, no change in that. RFENTC is same. XENTTC is going to be 13th. Okay. Then, so when is the last time he appeared for the treatment? Again, 13th April only, right? That is, the subject for the last time he participated in the study. You can call that particular one as this is also any protocol specified treatment, that is subject end participation in the study. Mean to say, when is the last time subject participated in the study? That can be here in our case. I'm talking about our case. In our case, it is going to be, just a second, I'll just. All right. So in our case, this is going to be the last time, right? So for him, it is going to be therapy in our case. So the subject last time participated in the study here is nothing but he came for the follow-up. After the follow-up, he ended up with the therapy. So therapy is the last time he participated in the study. Is that correct? That is the end. After that, he is not going to appear in the study anymore. That's the wrap. Okay. This guy, second guy, when is the last time he is appearing in the study? He is appearing in the study last time only for the follow-up. Is that correct? Only for the follow-up. Follow-up is happening on the April 12th. Can I say for this particular guy, end participation date is going to be 2023 April 12th. Is that correct, guys? Why it is coming? Anyone?
Last date which he hasn't appeared after that will be considered as a end date.
Last date he is appearing. He is appearing is the end participation. Okay. This guy, you can see, this is the end participation, 12th April 2023 for the second guy. For the first guy, for last time he is appearing in the study is for the therapy. That is the reason we can consider as 13th April. Let's say there is one more guy, 1003. Up to this is same. But on the 7th April, right? Or at the 6th April itself, the subject got expired. He's dead. 6th April, he suddenly got some issue with the drug and he couldn't manage it. So obviously what happened? He is dead. So 1003, everything remains going to be the same, but this one will not be there because he appeared on 2023-06. Right after this, on the same day, he got an adverse event. Because of the adverse event, on 7th March, he is dead. What is that? Dead on 7th March. What happens now? When is the last time he appeared in the study? For this guy, 2023-02-07. Is that correct? Is that correct? And how the dates will change here? What is RFENTC for him? A reference end date. This is planned. This is planned. I'm planned on 13th, but it hasn't happened. RFXENDTC, I planned on this. I planned on what is the RFXENDTC study protocol? Any study protocol therapy? 10th February. Oh, sorry, 6th March. I'm sorry, guys. 6th March. This is 7th March. This guy last appeared on 6th March. So this is going to become, this is the last time he appeared for the study. This is the last time he appeared for the therapy. Correct, the same day, because you don't have anything else. We planned it to have on 13th March. That is the planned end date. This is the planned end date. But any protocol specified treatment end date is going to be for this guy 10th February. Same, no changes in that, right? And when is the last time he appeared in the study? 2023, March 7th, because on this day he's dead. Now you understand what is called end participation date. Everyone, what is called your end participation date? Do you understand?
Hi, Murli, I have one small question.
Mhm.
For the subject 3, he died on 7th March. So how can this be his last participation date? Because he died. Why can't it be week 3 last date, which is 6th March 23?
Okay, he is still under your supervision. He is assigned to your study. Suppose if he die in the home, for an example, he died at the home. Again, we are going to discuss these details in a separate domain called death details, DD. Suppose if he dead, if his death happened at the site itself, then it is going to be 3/7. Suppose if his death happened at his home, then when is the last time he participated in the study? That is 6th March. That will come to the picture. Here I'm assuming that he's appeared because it's an adverse event. Adverse event happened on the same day he came for the treatment. So I'm assuming that it happened at the site. That is the reason I consider it as a 7th March. Make sense?
Yeah. Yes, Murli.
Perfect. So can I have a quick confirmation from every one of you? Now you understand what is called your dates. So how many dates are there? RFICDTC, RFXSTDTC, RFSTDTC, RFENDTC, RFXENDTC, RFPENDTC. These are the 6 dates we need to remember in the DM domain. Right? Not a difficult thing at all. It is easy. People will get confused. Okay. Some of the questions. someone, I think they tried to ask this to me, but I said that, okay, don't draw those hypotheses for at this particular point of time. Now I'm going to draw them. What if there is no protocol specified treatment, no separate treatment given? Then no therapies, no run-in period, no specific study, no any other protocol specified drugs. In that case, can I say RFSTDTC and RFXSTDTC are same? RFENTC and RFXENTC are same? Yes or no? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. There is no therapies. There is no therapies. Follow-up happened on the same day of your RFXENTC. That is, follow-up happened on the last day of treatment. Then your RFXENTC, RFENTC, RFPENTC, all these three are same. Right? Those and all you are, based on the study. In my study, there is no other protocol specified treatment other than the study drug. XSTDTC, STDTC, XENTC, ENTTC will be the same. In my study, follow-up happened on the last day of the treatment itself. RFENTC, RFXENTC, RFPENTC will be the same until unless there are no other adverse events, until unless patient is alive. Make sense? Now, can I say that all your questions are answered regarding the dates? Everyone? Right. In the in-class project, the project that we are going to do in the class, a simple project I told you, right? In that, I'm going to consider these scenarios. In the main project, everything is different. There is nowhere that RFXSTDTC, RFSTDTC will be same. There is no way that these three will be the same. Everything will be different. Everything need to derive separately. That is the difference between your in-class and main project. In-class project, to understand the derivation of the dates, to understand how to convert your simple data sets, raw data sets into standard data sets. Main project is all about concentrating on the individual derivations in D. Those are the differences. Now, with this, can I go ahead and write it here? Now look at this. What is RFSTDTC? Subject reference start date and time. It is the date and time when subject was first exposed to the study treatment. That is what we discussed. Out of all these 5 days, the first time subject exposed to the study drug here, the green color one, which is nothing but a reference start date and time in character format. Is that making sense now? All right. Okay. What is RFENTC? It is the date and time when the subject last exposed to the study treatment. These are all study treatment. This is the first, this is the last. So 313th is going to be the RFENTC. Clear? Now, what is RFXSTDTC? Date and time of first study treatment. That is the label only. As per the SDTM label. What is the description? It is the first date and time when subject exposed to any protocol specified treatment or therapy. These many number of times the subject got exposed. The first time is this. Now, are you able to relate, every one of you? So compared to the day before yesterday, now do you have a clarity on what is what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Yeah. Questions?
Yes, Murli, I have one small question for RFSTDTC. In our study design, suppose there are 2 drugs. One is a placebo, one is our study drug. So here we capture only study drug, or placebo drug date also we capture for RFSTDTC.
See, we always go with the study drug. Okay, this you can also alternatively, you can also take this. Oh, okay. Your question is, should I consider only placebo or should I consider only the study drug or both? Okay, I understand your question. See, if it is a blinded trial, the moment you say placebo, it is a blinded trial, correct? In a blinded trial, the subject doesn't know, or even if it is a double-blinded trial, even the subject and the investigator, both of them doesn't know whether it is a placebo or whether it is going to be the investigational drug, that is studied, right? Only thing that they are aware is there is another domain called exposure. This will deal about what is the drug that we are giving. In the exposure domain, RFXSTDTC, there is a date when you started with the drug. The drug can be placebo, the drug can be investigational drug. The first date in the RFXSTDTC, the first date in the exposure domain is going to become my RFXSTDTC. Suppose the first time the subject got drug, because they need to maintain this. The first time they got it on 13th of February. That can be a placebo, that can be a study drug. That is the first time they got it, right? So that I'm capturing here. The answer to your question is that can be placebo or a study drug. That can be anything. That can be anything. That is the reason I'm calling this as a RFXSTDTC. Any protocol specified. Placebo is a protocol specified drug. Correct? That's the reason it will go under RFXSTDTC. Make sense? Whoever asked this, I couldn't see the name.
Yes, Muli is correct. But my question about RFSTDTC.
No. STDTC will capture only the study drug. Only the study drug. Not
Because of-
placebo.
Okay, so I want again for this one small question. Suppose 10 subjects are enrolled and we are working with a parallel study. That means 5 subjects have received placebo and 5 have received this our study drug. So for 5 subjects who have received study drug, for that we will get the data because that is comes under RFSTDTC. But for the remaining who has got the placebo, what we will do for that?
We don't consider them. That is the role of your statistician. Because once it is a blinded trial, only statistician aware of who comes under what, who comes under the intervention group, who comes under the control group. Correct. So once we collect all the data, while going ahead with the calculation of this efficacy endpoints, safety endpoints, or the statistical analysis, while doing that, a statistician is going to take a decision who and all have this placebo excluded. Who and all got this particular other one, that is main drug, only consider them for the endpoint. That is the role of a statistician. That comes under the SAP.
Yes, now my doubt is clear. Thank you,
Perfect.
Muli.
Perfect. Yes. Anyone?